In this video, I'm going to give you all the important tips you need to know when traveling to Chile, one of the most beautiful places in the world, but there are many important things you need to know before traveling there. And we've put together a video with all the essential tips for your trip so you don't have any problems, so don't you have any headache at the time and enjoy your trip as much as possible, guys. So let's go to the video with all the tips. Buckle up. Hey guys, for those who don't know me, I'm Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the Grupo Dicas, the largest travel content network in the world, and today we're gonna talk about Chile, the essential tips and everything you need to know. There are some very important things you need to know before you go to Chile, so let's go to the video. Starting with the most important tip, guys, is the season when to visit Chile. If you haven't planned it yet, or if you already have, it's important to listen to these tips so that you can adapt well and enjoy your trip. So if you want to see snow, the snowy season is from July to September, sometimes extending into October, sometimes until the beginning of September. It depends a lot from year to year, so that's the snowy period, July and August, when there's more snow. The snow is more intense and it's the most sought after period, so it's the most expensive. If you travel to Chile during this period, everything will be more expensive, okay? So be prepared for the price of your trip to be higher. If your focus is on the snow, my tip is to really go during these months. There's no getting away from it. Try to go at the beginning of September, the end of June. You'll still be in the high season and you'll be able to see the snow. You'll be able to ski. Now, if you don't want to see the snow, the tip is go in the other months, guys. So in spring, fall, even in the summer, the city is beautiful. Santiago is a beautiful city to visit at this time of the year. You just won't be able to ski, but you can even see the snow from the top of the mountains, but you won't be able to see the snow and enjoy it. But it's a nice experience and you can enjoy the city much more for a much lower price. Another important tip, guys, don't stay more than 4 days. Some people will say, I'm going to see 2 days, I'm going to spend them in Argentina, Uruguay, Chile. Don't do that. Book at least 4 days in Santiago de Chile. Santiago is the main city. More than 80% of the tourists to Chile stay in Santiago. That's where your flights will probably arrive. There are plenty of direct flights from major cities and countries around the world. So Santiago de Chile is the city you're most likely to visit and the most suitable. It's the most beautiful and biggest of them all. So speaking more specifically of Santiago de Chile, you need at least 4 days because, guys, there are the tours inside the city, which are beautiful. There's the Costanera Center, which is the largest shopping mall in South America. There's the largest tower in Latin America, the Costanera Center, a gigantic tower with an observatory at the top. A day just for that. There are the viewpoints. There's Cerro Santa Lucia, which is very good. It's a viewpoint there, so you can see the whole city. So there are some really cool things to do in the city that will take you at least 2 days, but you should also book. People don't count on days to do the walks around the city. These are the most beautiful tours of all, and many people miss them. For example, there is the Concha y Toro winery, and there are several other very nice wineries nearby. It's 40 minutes, 50 minutes from Santiago. It's an incredible drive. So set aside a day to do the winery tours. There was a very nice tour we did, guys, which is a city tour. In the morning, you pass by the main tourist attractions in the center of Chile. Then they take you to an incredible restaurant with beer tasting, and then the Concha y Toro winery tour, which with wine tasting and cheese tasting. It's a delight. Anyone who wants to see the price, plan, take a look here in the description of the video and in the first fixed comment. I'll leave you with the website where we bought all the tours and the agency in Chile, which is a sensational agency that does all the tours there. They do everything. They help you with everything. They have this tour that we did with them. It was very nice. So take a look down here. It's a very good agency. They're from there and they help you with everything. They staff, the language, they speak Portuguese, Spanish, English, but they're Brazilian, so it's a very good company that we highly recommend. I'll leave it here, guys. Of course, take a look and this is a tour that takes you a day, but it's beautiful. You can even enjoy it at night. Santiago, it doesn't take the whole day. And there's also Cajón del Maipo. Don't travel to Santiago de Chile without visiting it. It's an incredible landscape, but it's a slightly more distant destination, so you can get there by car, yes, if you rent a car, but the road is a bit complicated. I recommend that you take a tour with a guide, because there's already a specialized transport company. They know exactly what transport is essential. If you need to put a chain on the wheel because of the snow, they've already taken care of it. There's this company that did it for us too. Check it out. But Cajón del Maipo is a beautiful place. Don't miss it. This one takes up practically the whole day. Another important tip, guys, Valparaíso and Viña del Mar. A lot of people ask, Gabriel, but I've heard a lot about Valparaíso and Viña del Mar. They are seaside towns that are close to Santiago de Chile, about an hour and a half, between an hour and an hour 40, depending on which of the two you go to. I'll stay there, won't I? One tip, okay guys, an important one, we almost made the mistake of staying in Valparaíso. I found the city with very little tourist structure, and to be honest, Santiago de Chile I found much more beautiful and much more adaptable, you know, with structure, hotels, restaurants, everything. So my tip is, yes, it's worth going there, but do the round trip. Don't stay in Valparaíso. At least that's my personal experience here that I'm sharing with you. In Viña del Mar, we spent 3 very nice days. If you have days to spare, it's worth it, but it's very small. It's on the coast, it's on the sea, it's beautiful, but it's not worth it. The tip I'd give you to who are going for the first time, focus on Santiago de Chile, stay there for 6 or 7 days. One day you can take the tour, there's the round trip to Viña del Mar and Valparaíso. On the same day, you go and see everything and return to your hotel in Santiago. So that's 3 days out of the city, 2 or 3 more inside the city, plus an extra day, which is always good to have. So the ideal way to get to know Santiago de Chile, to get the best out of it, I'd say 6 or 7 days for you to have a very complete experience with all you need to see. Another important tip, guys, is the area you're staying in. Don't go too far away. Sometimes for the price of the hotel, people take hotels that are too far away from the tourist center, ended up having to spend more money and more time to get to the places. Don't do that, okay? Stay in the neighborhood we like best, the one called Providencia. I'll put the map here. We even made a personalized map, which I'll leave the link to below in the video description as well. If you're choosing this best area, any place you stay in, it's great. You're close to the Costanera Center, which is that giant tower with the largest shopping mall in South America. You're close to the main tourist attractions, the cerros, which are those viewpoints, the museums, the historic center of Santiago de Chile. So stay there, which in my opinion is the best area. You'll be close to everything. There are a lot of hotels that are hotels of all prices and types. There are cheap ones, that are top hotels, luxurious ones. So take a look. I'll also leave you with the one we stayed in, which I thought was very good. It's a well-located option. I'll leave the link below. Take a look and book as soon as possible. This is an important tip that saved us a lot on accommodation. Have you decided on the date? You've come here and seen a nice hotel? Make a reservation. The cool thing about the website, we're going to leave the links here for you. We use it a lot because of this strategy. It has free cancellation with almost all the hotels. So have you seen the price? Is it good? Is it on the date you want? Make the reservation. And if you need to cancel later, change the hotel or the date, you can cancel with one click. There's no bureaucracy, but you're guaranteed a very good accommodation. I'll leave everything organized here. Use the links in the description and you'll be able to plan everything properly and save a lot. Another essential tip for those traveling to Santiago, guys, is transportation. We use it Uber. It was very good. We use it Uber more inside the city to go to the mall, the restaurant, Patio Buena Vista, which is a very nice place full of restaurants. So go there for a day. It's another great tip, and it's close to the Providencia neighborhood, so you already be well located. Go there because it's very nice to walk around at night and eat in one of the restaurants there. It's a trendier, more lively place. And to go on the most distant tours, we ended up using the agency tours because we felt more confident. They are longer tours and the agency organizes everything, so we had more peace of mind. So we ended up using this strategy. There are people who prefer to rent a car. You can rent a car, you can do the tours. Just do your research beforehand, be aware, but it's another option too that you can have. Very important tip, travel insurance. Don't travel abroad without international travel insurance. People don't realize how cheap it is. It's very cheap to get one, and also how much it covers you for all the costs of the things that might happen on your trip. Medical care, dental care, lost luggage, luggage theft, all of this you can have in a cover that will cover you for everything. You travel with peace of mind, it's important. For Europe, it's mandatory, it's very important. But for Chile, it's not mandatory, but we highly recommend. And there's a website that we've discovered that gets prices at half the price that travel agencies offer. He goes directly to the places, it's practically the cost of the price. Check it out below. It's a very good comparator. It compares the prices of all insurance companies and shows you the best and cheapest options. And you can take out insurance policy for 7 days. It will cost you $25, $22 per person, and will cover you for more than $30,000 in personal medical assistance. It could happen that you break your foot, sprain it, cut yourself, you need a stitch, your child falls. It could happen. We don't want it to happen, but it's always good to be prepared. Take a look, it's super easy. And the documents to enter Chile, a lot of people ask this. Okay, it's very simple, guys. For those who are part of the Mercosur Treaty, Brazil, Argentina, these South American countries, you can enter with just your identity document. Okay, in the case of my country, I entered with just my ID, and that was enough. No driver's license. You need to use your ID. It has to be valid. It has to be up to date. It has to look good. Okay, it can't be worn out or have an old photo from years ago. So just look at your passport. If you already have a passport, you can also enter with your passport, but you don't need a visa, you don't need any documents, special vaccinations, anything like that. You don't need any special documents to get in. And one tip that will save you a lot of money, guys, a lot of people aren't doing this yet. They are wavering, is the exchange rate. How to use the money there? The money there is Chilean pesos, which is Chile's official currency. So there are several ways you can do your shopping there. Use the money, go shopping, pay for restaurants. In the past, the traditional ways were to go to an exchange house in your country, in your city, in any shopping center. I use it to exchange my currency for Chilean pesos and travel with them. It's the easiest, quiet, and safest way. Exchanging there, you can sometimes get a slight better rate, but the difference is very small, and the risk of getting a counterfeit note or being scammed is not worth it. And using prepaid cards, but now there's a great way to save a lot more, which are global digital accounts. They've been around for almost 2 years. We use them a lot. There are 2 or 3 that are very good. I'll leave the one we're using today, which I think is the best, below in the description of the video, but always research. But today it's very good. It's a dollar account. You open it in less than 5 minutes through the app on your cell phone. All you need is your ID or driver's license or a passport. You don't need to pay anything, opening fee, maintenance fee, nothing. You load with dollars, you transfer your local currency from your normal bank that you already have, transfer it there and convert it into dollars. And what's the big news, guys? You're going to transfer it using the commercial dollar, not the tourist dollar, which is the one sold in exchange houses when you make international purchases to travel to places. The commercial dollar is much cheaper, which is a huge advantage, and you get the IOF on your card. Make the first shipment right away. Order your card now because it takes a few weeks for it to arrive at your home, and then this card is your international account in dollars. You can use it anywhere in the world, including Chile. It will automatically convert the dollar. Everything will be fine, but you pay there in Chilean pesos with a much better conversion than if you use it the exchange house, convert it, use it the card. If you use your personal credit card or a prepaid card for an exchange office, there's a 6.7% IOF. If you use this global account card, you pay 1.1% apart from the commercial dollar. So there are several things that add up to the absurd savings. So take a look, set up your account quickly, make your first shipment, ask for the card because it's more practical, easier, and you can use it later for any destination you travel to. Everything is going to be in the description of the video. Your dollar is going to be there, so your money, then you can withdraw it, take it, and do whatever you want, and of course paying a lot less for the conversion and IOF. Speaking of digital, let's talk about the chip, shall we? Everyone who travels today wants to use the internet on their cell phone. International roaming is usually a lot more expensive, but some phone companies are running mega promotions. Take a look at yours, but generally the cheapest way is to buy an international prepaid SIM card. There are several chips that are sold. There are some that we've had a bad experience with. There is a very nice one. I'll leave it here in the description of the video, which we still use today. It's a really cool SIM card. It works really well there. It has a good quality internet. You can buy it in your country and install it virtually. They'll send you an email with a QR code. You put it in your cell phone there. It installs automatically with the eSIM, which is the virtual SIM card. You don't even need to get it at home. When you get there in Chile, you can use your cell phone as much as you like. Gabriel, but I've heard that if you arrive in Chile and buy it in a store, you pay less. Yes, it's true. We did it for the first time in Argentina, but guys, we don't recommend it. And why? You get there, you won't have internet to use from the airport to call an Uber, to check Google Maps, to get to your hotel, it's already going to be a problem. You're going to have to spend 1 or 2 hours getting there. Then you get to the store. They have their phone stores. There's a queue to get through. You have to communicate in Spanish, another language install. If you have a problem, you have to call an operator in Spanish. Guys, at the end of the day, I don't think it's saving. It's worth it. It's worth buying your SIM card from a reliable company that understands the language. Everything's fine. And if you have any problems, they'll help you. They have support. It's worth it because your travel time is worth money. You're paying for hotel, fare, accommodation, everything. So take a look around, think about it, but I think it's safer and more reliable to travel with your card in hand. Speaking of the Atacama, if you're planning to visit the Atacama as well, guys, I've set aside a few more days, at least 4, okay? And why? You have to take a flight from Santiago to Atacama. There are plenty of them, and it's not expensive. It's a trip that requires more planning. The first day you're there, you don't even do any sightseeing because the altitude is very high. You have to prepare your body to adapt. On the second day, you have to do a lighter hike, then go on to do the others. You can't do the Atacama in 2 days if you want to see the Atacama, which is beautiful. The starry sky is the most beautiful thing in the world. The desert is the most beautiful thing with salt. Guys, it's beautiful. The landscape there is beautiful, but it's more rustic. It doesn't have the tourist structure of Santiago, and you need to plan more. This tour agency that I left here, which does all the tours in Chile, also has a head office in Atacama. They do all the tours in the Atacama. Take a look, but this one I think you need help. You need a guide because it's a bit more complicated. It's one of the most beautiful places in the world, but it involves a bit more planning. If it's your first time traveling abroad, I just think Santiago, focus on Santiago because it was one of the coolest trips we ever took the first time we traveled abroad. So the rest you have to plan a little bit more. And that's it, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you like it, please don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel because that really helps us a lot. And don't forget to watch all the other videos. We have a video here on what to do in Santiago, what to do in Atacama, Santiago tours, Atacama tours, where to stay in each one, how to save a lot on your trip. There are tips for everything here. So take a look. I'll leave the 2 playlists here so you can keep watching. So thank you very much, guys. Have nice trips.